Holy mess, I think I'm live. I got so freaking lost on my way to the live stream. I had to click on every button on YouTube to get here. I'm so sorry, I'm 6 minutes late. At least it wasn't 8 minutes. That's no CD thing. Hi, guys. So I think I ended up coming in and end up leaving. Sorry, dude. I know how to do the thing, and then I didn't do the thing. So I think RL will be somewhere in here. I'm gonna make him moderator if he can click somewhere and indicate that he's here and didn't give up on me before the 6 minutes passed. Hi, Singing Along. Hi, Kit Kat. Rainbow Road. Israel, Noran. Crazy Gear Bear. Aha, still a mod. Oh, you're a mod from last time. No kidding. That's schmancy. Okay. That was stressful. I'm sorry. Okay. Hey, Heidi. How's it going? So, I don't know how to start off the topic. Does anyone have any questions, or do I kind of just like make some shit up about who knows what? I can story time. Hey, Karen, Steffi, and question mark. I don't even know how to, I never really end up saying your name aloud because it's just like I see it, and that's the thing. Hi, Sophia. Storytime rocks. Yeah, I have a few stories. So it's been a bit of a weird week and night because I didn't sleep, and not like at all. The red eyes is the indicator. Bloodshot. So the Thai story. Oh yeah, for those who missed the video of the Thai story. So did you guys see the video about the Thai story about the mystery of like I don't know how I got this pink tie, not wearing it now, but I was wearing it in the video. When did you find out you had DID? Actually, it was only a few months ago. Actually, when was that? Well, it was maybe 3 months ago. I had hints way before that, but I didn't put two and two together. So the pink story is I am getting a pink tie in the mail, and it was in my name to my address, and it was I was like, what is this? Did someone send me this? And it's weird. And then the only person I could think of who could have sent it to me, who didn't send it to me, so I look a little deeper and I find the charges on my credit card, I find the transactions, and I figure out that it had to have been someone from my system that ordered it. Been up since 3 a.m. Oh, Lord. That's not much sleep. So that was the pink tie story. So you can see that more in the video that I posted yesterday, like almost midnight. And so I was actually really not well for a few days. So I ended up incredibly dissociated, very PTSD flashbacks and stuff. And I ended up in the hospital for a couple of days. I was pretty really messed up, dissociative wise. And I ended up randomly, I don't know if you guys noticed it a few months ago, before I ended up saying that it was DID, I was kind of dancing around the idea of actually saying anything at all. So I was like, well, do I say something? Do I not say something? Do I just talk to the people, like say that if you identify, I can kind of talk to you guys about it. If you have DID, but not without saying that I had it. There was someone who guessed that I had actually met inpatient in the intensive care, and they guessed that it was, they didn't call it DID, they called it multiple personalities, and they called me a sociopath, and they said a whole bunch of really awful things, that I was a whore, a prostitute, and they were saying all kinds of awful things in terms of me having DID, in terms of being making me a really a slut and a whore and a sociopath and an awful person. It was like, oh my god, you have alters and you have multiple personalities. So I randomly, when I got to the hospital, he was there. That was comfortable. I see him, and he's wearing a face mask because COVID. And then he kind of pulls his mouth down when he's talking to the nurse, and I'm like, oh shit. And then he's getting really agitated, and he's like, he starts pointing at me, and he's like, she has alters. She has multiple personality disorders. She's not even human. And I'm just crawling inside myself, but at the same time, someone else is talking to me. So I'm trying to hear what he's saying at the same time, but trying to be polite and say, like, I'm sorry, but this guy's, like, really upset about one of my diagnoses. And he wasn't paying attention to it at all, so, like, I'm glad that I got away with it without him finding out. But the nurse is like, it's really rude to point at someone and label their diagnosis. So I was like, wow, okay. So, yeah, that was my stressful weekend about really mean people in the hospital, but at least he ended up cooling down. I think that the nurses talked to him, so that was... Did Maggie order the Thai? You know what? I don't know. I have no idea who ordered the Thai. Skittle likes a Thai. She got very, very happy about it. She asked me to put it in the toy box. We have a toy box. A friend got it for us, and they also got us some toys for the littles. She got Katie some toys. She's 2. I used to refer to her as small. She got Skittle some toys. And some of my other littles, and so we keep them all in the toy box. And so Skittle asked me to put the toy box. So she got very, very happy about that one, and kind of cuddled the Thai for a while. So yeah, Skittle kind of came out momentarily in a video I recorded yesterday, but I don't know if I'm going to edit it out. She didn't say anything. She just kind of imitated my tics, and I'm not sure if I'll leave it in. I'm not sure. I'll think about it. I might edit it out, so that I don't know. Hi, Jan, from the UK. So it's 8:13 for you. Oh, RL didn't send me a Thai. See, I'm just catching these comments. I'm kind of talking, and I didn't find anything. I didn't see the comments from before I came in because that was 6 minutes of something that it was probably everyone confused. So basically, there's another story time. So I found myself on, have you ever guys? Have you heard of Kiwi Farm? That's not his question. Have you? Because that's whack. I've never heard of it until like recently. I watched a video about it, and well, not about Kiwi Farms, but about someone that was Kiwi farmed, in the sense that they were like, on Kiwi Farms, basically people who like a website where they kind of expose famous or like online people for whatever, or they feel like they are frauds for, or faking, or attention seeking, or humiliating themselves. Yeah, they're total hate group. So they were talking about Dissociated and Team Pinata, which Team Pinata they legitimately can talk about, but they were saying that they were faking their DID. And I was like, wow, this is bullshit. This is like, I don't think they're faking, especially Dissociated. I don't think she's faking her DID. I think they didn't really have any real reasons behind. It's a website. It's like a forum where you post about certain people, and then you kind of gang up on them and give facts about them. Like, oh yeah, this is the fact about this person, about how they're faking or malingering, or they have Munchausen's, or they're making fun of themselves horribly, and these are the reasons why, and they make fun of them. It's the whole site about making fun of people. And I heard about this thread from a YouTube video. I can't remember the YouTuber's name. And I was like, wow, that's so sad, and I wonder if I'm on this site. So I Googled myself. I Kiwi farmed myself, and I found myself. And at first I was like, oh shit. But then I actually was a little bit humored, because Kiwi Farm, I think it was one person who was pretty determined to talk about me. And they were like, so what was it? I'd like to present I Drank the Seawater. And at first I was like, oh shit. And I was kind of like falling inside my own soul. But then it was like, the reasons why they felt like I was faking my DID is because they were taking my mini movies and saying that I was wearing different wigs and switching alters into wigs. And I'm like, that was acting, okay? I didn't reply to them. I'm not replying to them. That was I saw it, and that was the thing. And I was, at first I was like, oh shit. But then I was humored by it. And I was like, oh, this is a good way to be sleep deprived, is to find out you're on Kiwi Farm and that you do mini movies and act and get mistaken for someone that's really bad at DID and faking. And also they were bringing up with Tourette syndrome and tick attacks and stuff, and they really didn't have any much basis. And I thought it was really funny. I now have it on my channel, by the way. My mini movies are, acting and not a disorder. They're purposefully acting. They were never dissociative identity disorder. That's just, my God. Cute and spunky. I'm a huge fan. I've been watching your videos since I was 14. No shit. Now I have to guess how old you are. It's on Hulu? Okay, now, so The Act. I started to show the series The Act. Yeah. I have no idea what that is. Is it an LLC? No idea. Do you mean the Gypsy Rose The Act? Okay, we're talking about a show now. Your mini movies were awesome. Would love to see more in the future. Yeah, I take so long to make a mini movie that by the time I'm done, I'm like, I'll never make one again. And I'm like, I should make a mini movie again. I get like, you know what? That was cool beans, and I really want to write into the story. So maybe I'm assuming I will. I like making mini movies. It's just that they take so much effort that I'm like, oh God. And I'm really self-conscious because I really suck at it as an actress. I really suck as an actress, and I had to do the take so many times to make it look like less embarrassing. So I have so many takes, and I take the one that's probably the last one that was like, oh my God, less horrifying. So yeah. Oh, the mini movies were great. I'm glad you think so. I remember someone saying that I wasn't a Hollywood actress, but there was educational. You're a good actor, Melissa. Thank you, Fabs. You're 27. Holy mess, that shows my age if you were 14. I was spry at the time. Hi, Catherine. I'm doing actually pretty well. I was thinking of rethinking this whole live stream, not even just because I got lost and couldn't find it earlier, but because I was really freaking tired and almost comatose. But I'm actually a little bit spry, so who knows? I mean, it's the ginseng. Like lots of ginseng and green tea and Twitch. Melissa's a good impromptu actress. Well, when have I ever been impromptu? I think shit out, man. The Hollywood sign is haunted? No way, is it? I've never heard that. Oh, okay, Crazy Care Bear. Well, you can watch it back afterwards if you really want to. It'll probably be on my channel later unless I spaz out and delete the shit for some weird reason, which I don't think so. Okay, well, take care. I'll try to find the YouTube video on it and send it to you after my nap. All right, cool beans. Yeah, we have a conversation going on Twitter. You can send it to me. Do you know how Laura is doing? She hasn't been on YouTube for a few years. I've been worried about her. She's up. So I rarely speak directly to Laura. I usually speak with Lewis. And he updates me on her, or I gives me her contact, and she ended up losing her phone for a while. I don't remember exactly what happened with the phone. But yeah, as far as I know, she's doing okay. Kind of moving on with her life. I don't think she's planning on making videos anytime soon. I don't think she's unwell. I think she's actually, just living off of YouTube, and that's fine. Do you watch Netflix? If so, have you seen Bunch of Letters, Oranges and New Black? Yes. No, actually, I haven't. I've heard of it lots, but I haven't actually seen it. After this live stream, I will watch the 5 minutes video of Katie's video and then go to sleep for a while. I woke up too early. I didn't wake up because I didn't sleep. But yeah, I can relate to not getting enough shut-eye. Aha, I know. I think I said Laura. I might have said Nora. I don't think I said. Anyway, I wasn't there for that. So, I'm waiting for something to randomly pop up, because every other time that I tried to like start a conversation about something else randomly, I was like, okay, no one's writing anything. I'm gonna randomly start talking about something, and then something pops up in the conversation, and I'm like, okay, let's do this. So my sixth have actually been relatively good lately. I actually did I ever tell you guys I had a copropraxia tick for a while? I had like I had like a double fuck you, and I was trying to flip off the sidewalk as much as possible. But like it was hard because it wasn't naturally what the tick needed to do. So flipping off the sidewalk and not a person was really difficult. It lasted for about a month. Thank God that disappeared. But it didn't. And even my swearing ticks that haven't been as frequent. You'll say high garbage once in a while. It's not really swearing. Just be a high and a high and a high and a high and a garbage and a garbage and a garbage, and it turned into high garbage. You just kind of amalgamated. There goes your monetization. There's no monetization. I deleted my ad revenue. I was making like $10 a month. It wasn't worth it to annoy people with ads. Like, why would I do that for $10? I mean, $10 Canadian. I mean, that's really pathetic. It's like $6 USD. I'm not gonna put everyone through that bulk freaking donkey. I found a psych so happy. What? I'm missing the reference. Oh wait, we're talking. There's a British TV documentary about kids with Tourette's. You might find interesting. Yeah. Okay. Wait. Is it the one? They were interviewing the kids, and I swear away. Then yeah. Like a sailor. There's actually several British documentaries about Tourette syndrome with kids. But I'm not sure which one you mean. I actually seen most of them, if not all. So it's they actually have in the series Employed with Me that I was in, I got to see the episode from the UK of Paul. I'm forgetting his last name. He was for episode 1 of the UK season 1, and I got to see his episode because he kind of sent it to me in a file so that I could actually watch it, and he got to see my episode. I forgot where I'm going with that. Oh yeah, he was in the UK episode, and he was also in another UK documentary. Something with a road trip, and he was with a few other gentlemen who had lots of swearing ticks. Oh, is that 3 days no sleep? Oh, bipolar disorder. Yeah, that makes it 3 days no sleep. I don't have bipolar, and I've gone 3 days no sleep before, but that's not even. Whoa, that hurts after 3 days. I gotta say. I have medicine for it, but it stopped working about a year ago, and I haven't been able to fix it. So you haven't been able to try something new in terms of like changing your medication so that something else can be effective, or nothing else is effective, and you're just, oh, that's not a lot of sleep. Why don't you have PayPal me in the link? Oh, I didn't even think about it. I actually have PayPal in my video descriptions. And I have a Patreon link in my video descriptions, but I mean, I'm kind of a rookie at doing this live streaming thing. I should have put it there, but I don't think. Paul Stevenson, haha, look at me go. I remembered his last name. Experimental treatment at Great Ormond Street in London. It's that documentary. Oh, sure. I'm wondering if I saw that. I don't think I saw that. How are you guys doing? Wink, wink, wink. Oh, this is an alien. Oh, I saw that. It's on Netflix. Alien movie Paul. I'm all on topics. I was posting a few things tonight because I wasn't sleeping. There's a thing. And I posted about my app. I'm still trying to figure out how to make my second app, which is going to be more expensive. So it's kind of a longer venture. And I'm trying to see where I can save my pennies for it, because that's going to be something else. Or I'm actually trying to see if I can get some kind of eating disorder organization, foundation, something to fund it, if they kind of have grants or some kind of helping the community fund, or maybe there's somewhere that has that. So I'm kind of trying to polish it. I have a friend that's a psychologist, and I'm going to be Hopefully, I mean, I asked her, but I haven't got a reply yet. And hopefully she can look over my presentation for the application. I've got like this whole document full of details of all kinds of features for the application. And so I'm hoping that she can look it over for me so I can polish it a little bit and submit it so that it can be funded to, and hopefully be free for download and no ads, because who wants that bullshit when you're trying to get well? So yeah, that was one project of my night, so I was working on that. Lots of sleepy people, that's the thing. I didn't sleep, but I only had the red eyes. That, thank God for ginseng. Ginseng. How do you get rid of a really bad tic? So there are ways to kind of channel tics. You can focus on one. There's ways to focus on one tic at a time, to manage one tic at a time. So you can, I mean, if you have like scads of tics, I mean, you'll never get through them. But if you have like a really problematic tic, there is, what is it called? CBIT. Cognitive behavioral intervention therapy for tics. And you can learn to kind of move a tic from one kind of, like, say you have a movement where you go like jerk your arm, instead you clench your fist and you hold it to your side, and or something like that. Or maybe sometimes I kind of move my hand like this on my side, so it kind of channels the movement, where I would, like, instead of doing this huge arm flail, instead it'll do like a little bit of a movement on my side where it's way less noticeable. Someone might just think it's nervous, kind of like movement anxiety or something, without necessarily being a sort of tic. So there are ways, there are therapies that can, like, CBIT obviously, but you can find a therapist that can help with CBIT, or I think there's even some kind of even if you look it up online, it's more technical, but you can find out how to help yourself. But that's kind of not so easy. But if you can find someone that can help you with CBIT, then you can. If you have a really problematic tic, then there's some way to channel it somehow. Update on psych. Oh, right, because you were looking for the psychiatrist. My sleep schedule has been so weird during quarantine, and I've never known what day it is anymore. Yeah, well, I'm like, is it Sunday? Is it Tuesday? Is it whatever day? I don't know. I'm kind of relating to that one. How can you even focus on one tic at a time? Well, it depends, because you don't focus really on one tic at a time. If you have one more problematic tic, you can focus on that one tic and not the others. And I don't know, like, I haven't followed CBIT. I was supposed to, I was referred to it, but no one was willing to learn it in order to give me CBIT. Because the free therapy that I was offered, or that I was supposed to have available to me, no one knew how to do it. And they were offered by the foremost specialist in Canada in Tourette syndrome in adults to learn how to do it. And none of them were interested. So I didn't really have any options in terms of support that wasn't like millions of dollars an hour. Oh, CBIT is what they're doing in the documentary. Oh, that's possible. Hi, Liam. Welcome. Do I have BPD, borderline personality disorder? I don't. I have 2 traits. You need 5 to have borderline personality disorder. And the 2 traits that I have are impulsive behavior, which is a self-harm and eating disorder. And the other one is disturbance of identity. I don't remember how they phrase it exactly, which is actually more, both of which coincide more with post-traumatic stress and DID. So the only 2 traits I have just don't add up to 5, and they both coincide with other disorders that I've been diagnosed with. So no, I don't have borderline personality disorder. Do you know what works for tics caused by meds? I'm afraid I'll end up hurting my neck long term. I'm not sure if there's a difference in managing tics that are caused by meds and managing tics that are caused by neurology, because a tic's a tic. I'm not sure that there's a difference. If there is, that's something that I'm learning. But as far as I know, regardless of what sourced it from, meds or genetics, I think that The management would be the same. My days during quarantine are the same. Missing hubby, he drives truck. All right. You're in Canada, right, Heidi? At least there's way. Does he get stopped all the time on the roads to be COVID checked? Because I heard people on the road traveling get COVID checked constantly. It must be really gotta have a pass or something. Ladybug, hi Ladybug. Good to see you. Message retracted. Oh, well, I missed that one. A tick is a tick. It is what it is. It is what it is, and it is what it is. Yeah, that's the one. You can self-harm without BPD. Yes, you can. There's all kinds of conditions that would, well, I mean, not conditions. It's not really, self-harm is a symptom. So there's all kinds of, post-traumatic stress, borderline personality disorder, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia. There's all kinds of conditions that will make you self-harm in one way or another. Even just anxiety. You don't even have to have any kind of specific diagnosis. Do you think an autism tic is the same as Tourette tic, or do you think it's different? Sorry with all the questions. There's apparently a certain comorbidity is like a related condition between autism and tics. So it is common for someone with autism to have tics. I don't know what the percentage is, but if you mean styming, which is kind of rocking back and forth, that's not a tic. It's related to autism, but it's not the same thing. But if you do mean a tic, then it's some kind of comorbid disorder. I'm not sure the percentage. How are you finding lockdown? Not sure if you have full lockdown in Canada. So we're allowed to go to the grocery store and stuff like that. Like there's places that are still open. Most places are closed. If you go to the grocery store, one person is allowed in. You gotta wait in a lineup 6 feet apart, and only a certain amount of people are allowed in the store. Non-essential places are closed. I think restaurants are open, but certain restaurants anyway, the ones that are still open, and they can deliver, or you can order and leave, but you can't stay. Okay, styming. So yeah, styming isn't a tic. Styming is a comfort mechanism. Styming is not the same neurology at all. It is related to autism, but it's not a tic. Just depression can cause someone to self-harm or even extreme stress. Yes, it can. So I mean, but depression is a diagnosable disorder, and there's a lot of anxiety disorders that are also diagnosable. Just that self-harm itself isn't. Yeah, it's the same in Argentina, right? Well, I mentioned a lot of places are the same. I think that the place that was the most slack for a while was the UK. They weren't really being as strict as most places, but I think that they are now. I'm not sure on that one. Someone from the UK can answer that. Interesting. I think it was wow. So the styming, as in a coping mechanism. Yeah, that's it's like a comfort skill. Rocking. Like before, when I used to have a lot of tics, I would have, like, if I would rock, I would tic less. It was kind of like it would reduce my anxiety. So styming is a way to reduce anxiety. They're talking about relaxing the restrictions between Nova Scotia and New Brunswick. Well, there's way less cases, I think. Yeah, I mean, I'm not that stressed about COVID. I have a friend that's giving me updates constantly, and I'm learning all kinds of things about death rates. A lot of people with autism develop a stym over time so that it fits their particular need of self-soothing. Yeah, self-soothing, exactly. I have Eeyore keep me company about COVID. Ah, yeah. Can styming be related to OCD, or are those different? It depends. I mean, if you need to rock a certain amount of times, or if you're doing it in order to avoid some kind of catastrophe that can be done by styming. But I mean, if it's styming itself, the definition of styming would not be OCD, because that's just a self-soothing technique, and it isn't necessarily a ritual at all. I mean, it's kind of ritualistic in the sense that it's repeated and done a lot, but it's not like a compulsion or a ritual. So it's not the same thing. Is the following is a lockdown making your tics worse? Suffering anxiety and it's increasing like help? Personally, no. I'm having way less tics the last while. Even way less tic attacks. It's rare that I have a tic attack. It's very rare. Thank God. And tics in general have been better. I still take like regularly every day. I go through periods where I'm not taking. Yeah, I mean, it's for me personally, no, it's not been worse. I mean, I've had periods before where something just made me tick more, or even just it was kind of random and I ticked more, but it wasn't really anything about COVID's not really making me all that stressed. So I'm kind of a homebody already. I'm going to scroll up a little bit. Okay, not sure about less cases. You may be right though. Less cases. Oh, for Nova Scotia. I think that I heard that for New Brunswick was way less cases, at least wherever the town of my friend was at. For me, it's excitement, but feel stupid doing it. Oh, so it's not necessarily self-soothing. It's gonna be okay. Well, it's kind of like you're kind of like venting the energy. It doesn't it still serves a purpose in terms of emotion. I once flapped my arms like a little girl. Do little girls flap their arms? Some apparently do. My cousin called me bird because of that. Ah, right. Whenever I have flying dreams, I don't have wings. I'm flapping my arms. Like literally, I have no wings. I'm flapping my arms and I'm trying to fly, get a little bit off the ground. I fell down and some bad guy catches me because I can't fly away because I'm flapping with my arms and I can only get a little bit levitated. That's my flying dreams, flapping with my arms. It's repeated dreams. It's the weirdest thing. I used to swear uncontrollably with my autism. So was that a tic or was that like anxiety? Because how is it with your autism? What's the correlation? Oop, that's going down. Have you seen Pablo? Is that a show? Is Tourette caused by your mental state or is it something else not related? Tourette is caused by neurologically. It's a imbalance of dopamine in the brain, and it's located in the basal ganglia, which is where other disorders, movement disorders like Parkinson's, dyskinesia, Huntington's are located in the basal ganglia. It's also genetic. They found the studies at Rutgers University has gone worldwide now, where they found 400 plus different genes that they estimated that if you have these genes and something, I'm trying to not misquote this. It's something about you can your genes can mutate while you're in the womb. So your parents don't necessarily have it. You can catch it from your parents. So it's genetic. In other words, not mental health at all, because it's genetic. You can catch it. You can inherit it from your parents, or it can be a completely new gene that mutates in the womb. And they found instead of just like one gene that causes Tourette syndrome, it's like 400 plus different genes that can cause Tourette while you're still in the womb. It's completely genetic. It's not genetic. It's not mental health. It has comorbid conditions like OCD. Like you're very likely to have OCD if you have Tourette syndrome. You're likely to have ADHD. It's not mental health. It's neurodevelopmental. I'm glad to hear it's not getting worse for you. Me too, because that sucks. Yeah. Levitation. Yeah, levitation with wing flapping. It's pretty talent. I mean, I would need web fingers or something for at least to pull it off at least halfway. It's a kid show about autism and like showing different aspects of autism spectrum disorder, and it will show you Pablo getting through a tough situation, example, going through a loud store. Oh, that's cool. You think it was anxiety? Oh, causing the tics or the swearing. So was it like, so swearing like I'm really anxious and like F-bomb kind of thing? Sometimes I had dreams I'm floating in outer space and I'm like, send me back to Earth. I move my feet through the air like I'm riding a bike to fly in my dreams. I have to reread that now. I move my feet through the air like I'm riding a bike. Oh, it's like kind of like you're on a broomstick or something. Is CP located in that part of the brain? CP. I'm trying to figure out what the CP is. I'm not that smart. Because it's a movement disorder. Sorry about the question. So not catching that one. When I get overstimulated, I conclude my shoulder forward and shake my head. I've tried so hard to stop, I can't. Conclude my shoulders, kind of like moving your shoulders back and forth. My grandmother, I think, had autism. All right. I don't know that much about autism, so I don't know if there's a genetic link. I know there's neurodevelopmental. So that would make sense. Telekinesis. I had a dream that I had that too. It was neat pushing the TV. It was neat pushing the TV closer. That is a useful thing to do with telekinesis. Swearing when you're anxious, the F-bomb, yes. Then that can be like an anxiety thing and just kind of like an impulse control, not necessarily a tic. Cerebral palsy. Oh, I have no idea. I have no idea if that's located in the basal ganglia. Oh, convulse. Yeah, okay. So I think I got the gist in terms of the movement that would be. Mm-hmm. I had a nightmare where doctors showed me the floor on my back and cut away at my face. Shove me to the floor. Oh, Lord. I tried telekinesis as a kid, but just got a headache. Keep practicing. Silence, crickets. Well, okay, see, I'm reading about this nightmare. They pinned me down and used a small knife. That was sophomore year of high school. Yeah. Well, that sounds like a really shitty dream to have. I found out the other day. God, time is relative when you don't sleep because it seems like days have gone by when it was yesterday. But I have my self-harm distractions reenactment videos where I was kind of like enacting different kind of strategies that you would use in order to avoid self-harm. And apparently they were flagged, and you have to click some kind of agreement that you're going to watch a really sensitive video, and the comments were disabled on all my self-harm distraction videos. And they were considered inappropriate, even though they were about distractions on how to avoid self-harm, and they had nothing gory or bloody in them. They were like coping strategies, like ripping apart a phone book, stomping, stuff like that, or screaming, self-soothing, different things like that, and it was deemed like really inappropriate by YouTube, and they disabled the comments. I had to figure a way to put them back. I had no idea. I only found out because someone I knew was struggling with self-harm, and I was linking it to them, and I didn't even know. I don't know how long it's been that way. So I'm a little bit paranoid that a lot of my videos are disabled. dealing with Tourette's back before they knew about genes and stuff like that must have been difficult. People would think you were a witch or possessed. Yeah, I mean, people still think that. People still think we're possessed. I mean, it's not that uncommon. I get comments a lot that I'm possessed, either for the Tourette syndrome or the DID. So, I mean, even back in the day, I mean, I'm pretty sure people with Tourette syndrome were burned at the stake in Salem or whatever. So that wouldn't be entirely surprising. But the belief that that's possession is still going on, unfortunately. Even though it's neurological and there's complete proof that it's in the brain, blah, blah, blah. It's just, that's sad. Is the TV show Friends any good? I love Friends. I think I've watched every episode, much to them, many times. You have the cutest ticks ever. Guinea pig noises, apparently. Dogs or pigeons, or I have no idea. I've heard all the list of animals, and apparently I sound like them all when I make that noise. I don't know which one it is. Telekinesis is a very scary phenomenon. I've never seen any kind of. I've never seen much about telekinesis in any kind of real life scenario. I'm not saying there isn't one. I'm just saying I haven't seen it or heard of it, but I'm not saying it doesn't exist. It's mad how when it's so late in the night, it feels early. I like the night sometimes. It kind of feels like cathartic. It's nice. I have not self-harmed in 2 months. I'm proud. Wow. That is awesome. 2 months. You got to do something to celebrate. You get to pick out something to do when you reach, is it 2 months now? So when you reach the 2 month date, you can do something nice. I mean, not easy with COVID, but what meds are you taking? Maybe anticonvulsants can help, like, is that an lamotrigine? I'm a med student. I asked you because patients can make you understand best. Patients can make you understand best than books. So it's not a convulsant kind of issue. And I've never heard of anticonvulsants helping for tics. Antipsychotics or clonidine or Intinib. Intinib is a new long-acting clonidine, which can it's been on the market for a couple of years. It's reached Canada maybe 2-3 years ago, and that can be used to control tics. It's usually the first medication that doctors prescribe for tics is clonidine, which lowers your blood pressure. And it also just happens to help with tics. And Intinib has been pretty effective. It's long-acting, brings your blood pressure down very, very slowly, so it's not as dramatic. And also antipsychotics, Pimazid, Risperdal, things like that. And there's no medication specifically for it, but anticonvulsants aren't necessarily for Tourette syndrome at all, because it's not a convulsion. Whoop, where am I going? Okay, I can't swallow my med pill in front of others. I tried before, but can't. Is it like a mental block? People still think you are possessed. Have you considered not doing a deal with Satan? Have you considered not doing a deal with Satan? I like that one. Have you considered not doing a deal? I like it. Thank you, RLL. Made me chuckle. I needed that. YouTube has gotten much stricter now. It has. Google really screwed the pooch. YouTube is being auto-run currently, so a lot of things are being flagged for no reason. Yeah, but even like, I mean, I had my helping for points for like eating disorder, help tips for bulimia, where I kind of gave like tips on how to avoid bulimia, and it was taken down, and then I contested it, and I gave all my points. I was rejected again, and it was still left taken down, even though I made it very clear that I wasn't promoting bulimia. I was fighting against it, and they still took it down. It was. I don't have it anymore. I don't have it in my record, so I don't have the video. I wish I did. I tried to remake it, but yeah, that's horrible. People think you're possessed. Yeah, I mean, it kind of sucks. I mean, it's offensive, especially since it's like find Jesus, and they're assuming that I have it. Not that I'm saying that I have any degree of special spirituality. I'm just saying let's not assume things about people's spirituality and just say that they're given possessed because they haven't found Jesus. You have no idea what their life is. So, and even then, we have to consider that there are things that have nothing to do with demon possession and that are completely either psychological or biophysical or neurological, all kinds of things. I mean, trauma has different effects on the brain. It can shrink the amygdala and the hippocampus from repeated trauma, releases chemicals, what's it called, cortisol. And the more that it's released during trauma, the more it shrinks the hippocampus and the amygdala. And so you can see differences in the brain from someone who has trauma, repeated trauma, compared to someone with a regular non-traumatized brain. So they're able to see a lot of differences between someone who, I mean, come on, if it was demon possession, there wouldn't be like a shrink brain. It wouldn't be something that can show up on a map. You wouldn't have differences in brain waves. You wouldn't have, there's differences, but people don't know that and they don't really take time to figure that out. I'm scrolling up. Wow, anticonvulsants are used for a lot, not just seizures. Wow, I was shocked when they were used for migraine relief. They're used for migraine relief? Rainbow Road. Yeah, I'm very proud of you, and you can do it. Also, if you do relapse, don't give up. That happens sometimes, and it doesn't mean you are back at square one. I agree. That progress is still there. Can past trauma affect you now? Like if someone was a rude bitch to you, can that still affect you even though it happened 20 years ago? My sister was such a bitch. There's the attitude. I mean, it can affect you in the sense that you think back to it and it kind of affects how you interact with people now. If it was really traumatic, depending on how much of a bitch she was, why not? It can affect you for as long as you don't cope with that trauma. And people with DID, are proof because they don't even remember most of what happened to them. A lot of their life is a big blank, and so they can have a lot of trauma that they don't remember, which is actually has to be for DID. That's one of the diagnostic criteria. So yes, you can have even trauma from the past, from 20 years ago, from 50 years ago, from however old the person is, and it's still affecting them even if you don't even remember it. Ew. Scrolling. Typo. I wanted to say patience can make you understand disease more than books. Oh, this is true. Real life experiences, definitely, I agree. We become we're not, I haven't been to med school, but I've been around the block with meds. I have memory loss because of my hippocampus being distorted, deteriorated from trauma anxiety. Yeah, that can happen. Memory loss, especially, yeah, definitely. That is one of the effects of it. I'm so proud of you, Melissa. I think I heard you say once that some people were against you doing YouTube, but you have saved so many lives. Thank you, Melissa. Some people were, not that many. In my actual, current present life, not in just like online life. Yeah, they were just waffles. So who needs to listen to that? The demonic possession would show up on a test from horns and a forked tail. Okay. Yep. Bones would still stay up on the, yep, that would do the thing. Anticonvulsants are also used as mood stabilizers like Depakote. All right. Yeah, they are used for migraine relief. I was offered gabapentin for migraine prevention as at last line before Botox injection. So yeah, used for relief for bad migraines. That's interesting. I used to be on a few migraine meds. I was taking some to prevent migraines, and one of them, I'm trying to remember what it was called. It was causing sleep apnea-like symptoms, not sleep apnea, but I would stop breathing in my sleep. I would wake up and I was gasping for air, still not able to breathe. And I would finally be able to breathe, and it would happen like multiple times a night, and I was really freaked out. it starts with a T, I think. Beep, 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 beep. I don't remember the name of the med, but in any case, it was pretty sufferable, and I didn't take it anymore. I have trouble with migraines a lot. Every other day, every other day, she was that awful to me. Some people, I mean, even people that are close to you sometimes, I mean, obviously, that's the most traumatic is when the person is close to you, that's the most traumatic. Last question, ain't gonna be annoying. Have you trying psychoanalysis, not ordinary psychological analysis? Psychoanalysis, psychotherapy. Are we referring to tics for psychological analysis for tics, or for general mental health? I mean, psychotherapy. Topamax, that's the one. Topamax is the one. That's the one. Yes, indeed, that one caused sleep apnea symptoms. When I went off it suddenly because I figured out that it was the meds after a while, and then I went off it suddenly and I went into withdrawal, and that was pretty freaky deaky too. I ended up forgetting what city I was in. It was like, yeah. I took propranolol, a beta blocker, before that for migraine, but it didn't work, and I couldn't take the antidepressant to help because I was already on a high dose of Prozac, so I had to do gabapentin. So they wouldn't have worked together. Psychotherapy is what Katie does. Yep. I used to take Tegretol. I've never heard of it. If you ever go back to Playlist, I've never been to Playlist Live. I've been to VidCon. We met in person. Wait, twice. Actually, technically a few times. Because in one weekend a few times, but like overall, like if you count time periods, it was twice. And both times were VidCon. Yep. All right, so I'll be kind of pooping out in a few minutes. So speak now, forever hold your pieces. Typo. Well, do you think it's normal for you to get dry mouth off your meds? Yeah, very normal, especially for the first few weeks, depending on the med. I never used to, but then I got my meds changed to extended release. It gives me dry mouth. Do you know any way to remedy this if you have had it? I think there's some kind of, I'm not sure specifically. I think that for dry mouth, I think there's one that makes you drool less. If you have medication that makes you drool a lot, that makes you drool less. I'm not sure if there's one that gives you more saliva to keep your mouth from being as dry. That's something that you can find out from your doctor, but I don't know specifically. You're welcome. Heidi says, thank you for this video. You're welcome. So I'm going to poop out and probably like conk out for like a nap, or at least attempt it and fail and stare at the ceiling and get desperate or something, and I'll upload another video. I did one on oh yeah, the one where Skittle came out for a moment, but you wouldn't have been able to tell if I hadn't put the, I don't know if I'll leave it in. But I'll be uploading that either today or tomorrow or something when I get the brain to do it. Poop out, yeah, that's the one. Pop out, you mean? No, I mean poop. I mean my sister's bird mastosaurus says poop all the time. It seems like every sentence comes with the word poop. So with this bird, you gotta learn to say poop in every sentence and just say poop out, and it's just like I'm checking out. Poop out is checking out. All right, so I'm gonna end the live stream. Thank you guys, and I'm probably just gonna leave this one live. I'm not live, but I mean on my channel. So if any other people can watch it later, not that it was all that fascinating. Take care.